Girl, it's time. Welcome back to my channel. My name's Jacob Ferguson, and today we're going to be talking about RuPaul's Drag Race Season 17, Episode 10, the Villains Roast. And yes, throughout this, I will be eating a sweet treat. Do yourself a favor, unless you're diabetic. Go get a sweet treat. You deserve it. I don't deserve it. I'm mid, so. This stuff is trash. I don't want to do the beauty influencer thing, but it's Dr. Pepper Blackberry. I don't know. It was free. My dad gave it to me, so thanks, Dad. But, also, they have, Shamrock Shake, but in McFlurry form, which is actually a little bit cheaper than the original, thing, which is great. I had the spoon that it went with, but somebody by the name of Marceline decided that she was gonna steal that from me and knock it onto the ground. So, one second. I also have a cup of water here, just because, with all of the stuff that I'm drinking and eating, I might as well drink some water. I've had that since I was like a kid. Anyway, the queens were tasked to do a roast of famous Drag Race villains, and on the runway category is Who Wears Short Shorts. So the queens enter the workroom after Corey's elimination, and Lydia's sad, but she isn't sad about it. She's mournful, but live to die another day. The queens are congratulating Jules on her first win, and Lexi's being mid about the entire thing. This episode really pissed me off in a lot of ways, but what I do have to say is that I think the competition is really getting to a lot of these girls. Lexi is the most in her head about things, and I like Lexi. Though I think last week I read the dog shit out of her a little bit, and this week will be no different. I will do that again, because frankly, Lexi to me, I have some opinions. Michelle Visage enters the workroom once everybody has come back and says that for this week's Maxi Challenge, well, first off, for this week's mini challenge, they're going to be bringing back the Badunkadunk tank. Just so that way Michelle could throw everybody in the water. I really wish that they would have done this, after Hormona saved themselves, Water out of this cup tastes better than straight water. You need to leave. You stole my spoon. Thank you. She's also torn up the underside of my bed. I think you guys were there when she did that. No. I don't think. Don't be Arrietty. Don't be mad. Oh, fucking hell. Anyway, and everybody gets dunked, and Michelle says for this week's Maxi Challenge, we're going to be doing the Villains Roast. And since Jules was the winner of last week's Maxi Challenge, she gets to assign the roast order. So they all discuss about what they want to do, what order they want to go in, and the roast order is decided. First up will be Anya, second will be Arrietty, followed by Jules, followed by Lana, followed by Sam, followed by Lydia, followed by Susie, and then followed by Lexi. And Lexi immediately is like, no, even though Lexi wanted to be last. I don't know, sis. Like, get out of your head. There are 9 queens participating. It's Lexi and her inner saboteur. Um, and Arrietty's a little bit apprehensive because Jules basically confides in her because they're best friends that the reason that she put her there was so that way, if she did poorly, Jules would look better by comparison. So Arrietty's a bit pissed. Everybody's like, this roast order is trash. It isn't as trash as Ellie Diamond's comedy roast order. Remember the roast order of Ellie Diamond? And also, it wasn't as strategic as Shangela's roast order, though I hate saying her name because of the allegations against her, but where she wanted to get Delta out. I don't think that Jules wanted to get Arrietty out. She just knew that, like, if Arrietty did bad, she could save herself, because I think she was under the assumption that RuPaul loved Arrietty more than they did. The only 2 queens without challenge wins, by the way, are Lydia and Lana at this point. So both of them, both of them needed to step it up this episode. And while they are sitting around with guest judge Whitney Cummings, which, don't ask me, I don't know her name. I don't know where she's from or how she's doing. And frankly, mid. I'm not gonna say that about her. She's probably a very nice person, but get challenge, get guest judges that everybody knows who they are. Arrietty looks at Jules because Jules stupidly thought that Arrietty wasn't going to do this because nobody's ever done this before. She looks at Jules's paper and steals 2 of her jokes, writes them down, and moves on with her life. And because she's first, that's going to be the first time anybody ever has heard that joke. And she doesn't tell Jules about this because fuck Jules in particular. In fact, this whole episode was fuck Jules in particular. Why? Because she got to do the roast order. I really think that, say, the bottom queen of last week, Lydia, should have decided the roast order. That way it would have been her getting in trouble more than Jules. But everybody was getting mad at Jules in particular because reasons. So, we start the roast. And I have to say, this is one of the better roasts. Mistress Candy and Plain, who are the roast victims, I forgot to mention that. They do okay. I think that they're a lot better than. I think that the queens that they have there are actually, like, really engaging. Candy was hilarious. Mistress was also hilarious with her side gig things. And Plain was just there and kept on hearing about how Corey flopped in everything. That was literally, like, one of the only jokes that they would keep on bringing up was that, Corey was here. She probably left you a wig or 2 in the back. Let's talk about how they did in the roast as well as the runways. I have to admit that I did watch the episode, but I was planning on doing this just based off the clips that I saw. So I don't really remember Susie Toots all that well because I watched it. But I don't really remember hers. I'm also going to go out of order. I want to talk about Arrietty last. Let's talk about Susie Toot first. Because she's safe. She had said that she was a lot more cerebral than she didn't want to be too cerebral for the judges, all of that. Bitch, you're not Sasha Velour. Sasha Velour, I don't want to say was talented, because that's what Brooklyn said. Or no, Evie said that. But, Sasha Velour was there. Marcy, you're about... Marcy. Thank you. You're about to be with Mistress. I don't know what Mistress would have done to her, but probably just said clock that tea and then moved on, I suppose. Also, my mattress it's a queen size bed, and this is the top or the bottom of the queen size bed, but all it says is top or bottom queen. So I texted my family and said it's gay. Top or bottom queen. I think that's hilarious. Anyway, I know I need to make my bed. Don't. Marcy, hi. Hi. What do you want? Anyway, Susie's roast was okay. I'm trying to stall. I don't really care that much about Susie's roast. We know Marcy. Hey. Stop. And she knows that I'm not going to do anything other than tell her to stop, but she runs under my bed like I'm going to do something. Quit. And if you attack me, though, I may seriously consider going full Edgar from the Aristocats and selling you to Timbuktu. Don't try me. Anyway, yeah, Susie did okay. I'm just, Marcy's being Marcy, and I'm sitting over here. Yes, Susie did fine. She's not as cerebral as Sasha Velour was, and also, Sasha had storyline that she was cerebral. Susie is theater girl. So she should have just leaned into that. Let's talk about her runway. Category was who wears short shorts. This runway was great. I enjoyed it. I know that on the pit stop they didn't. Because they have no taste. I'm kidding. Dawn has taste. Monet. Listen, if it was made out of sponges, she'd be living. I like Monet. Monet should not be catching strays. This is not her thing. But I digress. The Queen's Susie's outfit, it was like Colonial Williamsburg mixed with like Paul Revere mixed with Little Boy Blue Nipfeel Wind mixed with the juicy sweatpants. And I actually really liked that. I liked that she went that route with it more than just denim. Because a lot of the queens, even the eliminated ones, went with denim. And I just... Short shorts are short shorts, you know. This is going to be a cream for the look and a cream for the performance. She did okay. Let's talk about Anya Nerve. Her roast was hilarious. She opened the show. You could tell that she liked hosting. And can host really well. I think that she should have been in the top 3. I really should have started with Sam. I should have done the safe queens and then the tops and bottoms. But we're doing Anya now. I enjoyed her roast thing. I wish that she had gone in further with Candy. She just said Tasmanian Devil and then that was about it. And then made fun of the accent, but then that was, again, about it. So I really wish that she had gone in further, but other than that, she did great. And on the runway, again, this denim look is actually really great. I enjoyed the pants and well, obviously it's short shorts, and I like the top. She is very beautiful. I love her. I do wish, again, sometimes that maybe it was a bit more heightened. Like more fashionable, if that makes sense. Like she is fashionable, but you know, a little bit more. But I get it. You know, people don't have the funds sometimes to pay for more fashionable things, or sometimes don't have the eye, even if they have the money. So she gets a cream here for both. They were beautiful. Next up, Sim Star. I enjoyed her performance, though it was a bit too well rehearsed. You know, 1 minute, I'm gonna go get some water. Marcy, watch my computer. And she didn't watch my computer. What am I paying you for? Sam Star. It was a little bit too pageant perfection for me. I really wish that, again, she would just let her guard down. But, like, in that workroom during the roast, like before the roast, bitch, everybody needed their guard up. Like everybody was dotting and bopping around, all that sort of stuff, and being mid. I hate that I keep on saying that, but I don't want to say being like horrible people because they're not horrible. But yeah, Sam did great. It's a cream, but on the runway, uh, whenever I saw this look, I thought about two things. One, football, adult activities. And secondly, I thought about the one time where Cher said that her one goal in life was to drive one of those hot dog shaped cars. Because each time I think of Sam now, I think of Cher. Because she just did Cher so perfectly in the musical. So each time I look at her, I'm like, uh huh. I wanted to drive a hot dog truck. Oh, that was Kermit the Frog. That was not Cher, bitch. I'm kind of like dry mouthed right now, so I can't really. I can do Cher, but I can't do Cher right now. Apparently, um, it's a crunch. It was not that great of a look, though. I do like the fact that it was short shorts and that it was football themed, but it's a crunch. I've been kind of trying to get more into sports because the rest of my family is not gay like I am, and they've made a real effort to get into drag race. So the least I could do is watch a couple games of football and some wrestling. I'm even working on a spreadsheet with my dad right now about high school sports. I'm very excited about it. Next up in the top, since I have Anya in the top, Lydia. Lydia Butthole Collins. Her roast was really funny. Was it the funniest of the night? Not personally to me, no, but I do really enjoy it. I love the fact that she was able to carry Corey's relationship with her with her and make fun of Plain Jane at the same time. The joke was funny. And the oscillating fan joke was freaking hilarious. But let's talk about her runway. She gets a cream for the performance, but what about the runway? I'm gonna just be honest here. I didn't like it. I don't. Lydia's runways are always either too conceptual for their own good, or like too weird for their own good. Evie Oddly kept on having she had a point of view to the weirdness. Sasha Velour sometimes had a point of view to the weirdness. Though, if we can be honest, her naughty '90s look needed to be burned in a fire. It was awful. Don't quote me on saying that. I don't want Sasha Velour coming for me. Not that she even knows who I am, but But I think that this was a bit of a stretch. I want to see Lydia in some not weird clothes. It always seems like she has something over her face or over her body, and she has her hands aren't showing. Or Marcy, 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 thank you. Or she's doing something always out of the box. I want her to kind of get in a box for a little bit. Try some glamour drag. Just so that way we can have depth. This was a crunch on the runway tonight. Up next is Lana Del Rey, and she did so good. I freaking love. This should have won for me at least. It should have won. Her jokes were funny. She was really funny. And she gets a cream all around. The slave joke was hilarious, though I know that I shouldn't really be laughing at it because it's not for me. But I can still acknowledge history, unlike our current president. Which brings us to the runway. Now I know that she, well, there I go. Know that she was doing something Naomi Campbell inspired. And well, I think that is great, and she looked the part. The picture that they showed, and also I know that Naomi Campbell runway. Of course I do. All gays should. I think that she should have made some artistic liberties with the color of the hat. Because right now, currently, a red hat with white letters on it does not bode well for the queer community. Each time you see one of those, you just go, oh no. who we about to have to fight today? The answer is most of America, apparently, but I really wish that she changed the hat to yellow or blue or even like a really darker shade of red or orange or pink, like Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. You know, it was red, and I don't remember. I don't know Andrew Lloyd Webber like that. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut about Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. I don't want to. I don't want to get into a side tangent on Andrew Lloyd Webber, but it is bubbling up, and I need to move on. Lana Del Rey. This was a cream. Lose the hat. Change the hat around. Turn the beat around. Please and thank you. But you're doing good. Don't think that it saved you from doing any of that, but good job. Next up, in the bottom, Jules Sparkles. I actually really enjoyed her runway tonight. It was a little bit Colonial Williamsburg again. It felt like she and Susie kind of came from the same place. Hi, baby. Hi. With the bows and, like, hair. But, I mean, it wasn't my favorite of the night, no. But, because it kind of just didn't make sense to me. I don't know. Like, it didn't have a reason to be. And it kind of looked thrown together a little bit. I don't know. But it's still a cream. I enjoyed it. And it's the only cream she's getting because her roast was bad. She got thrown by Arrietty and then just didn't anymore. She couldn't really keep up with anything because of Arrietty and because of the fights that they had. We'll get into it, but these three girls just sniped at each other constantly. And I kind of got tired of it. Like, y'all move on. Y'all move on. When I watched it, I had a no. Hey, Marcy. Now, what would you say in the villain's roast? Come here. Okay, she's in hit mode. That's what she just started hitting people. But yeah, the arguments got annoying, and I kept on thinking, what would I do? What would I do if I was there? You know, I think at that point I'd just tell Arrietty to shut the fuck up and go home. And get involved, because frankly, it's kind of hard not to. It's kind of hard not to get involved, especially if you're sitting there and you've got people all around you. You know, you don't want, and also it's perfect screen time. You can just go, ha ha ha, more screen time for me. Let me get involved into something. But were all of these critiques and stuff valid for Arrietty? Yes. We're gonna get to Arrietty last, though. Let's talk about Lexi Love. Like all Lexi performances besides the talent show, it's nothing to really gag over, and I feel really bad about saying that, but I also just don't anymore. She blamed it on Jules and her inner saboteur, and I would have been a little bit more lenient on Lexi. But like, also apparently she had problems with addiction, and that was why she was blaming Susie. Because while Susie was studying, Lexi was using drugs. And I feel really bad for Lexi, but at the same time, that does not give her the right. Her life does not give her the right to blame Jules for anything that is going on. Lexi wanted to be last. She got last. Deal with it. I'm getting kind of tired of the woe is me, I'm just a poor Cinderella Lexi Love. I want to see confident Lexi Love. And it's not there. And I want to go snap out of it. There we go, got it. And, you know, slap her across the face and go, you got this. Lexi, don't give up. But at the same time, like, you're going to go home if you give up. Don't give up. Believe! Okay, and the runway was fine. It was another denim piece. Nothing to really gag over. I honestly like that Lexi had the first two looks. You know, the Video Killed the Radio Star look, and the MTV look were great. But like afterwards, she really hasn't gagged me on the runway since the Cher look was okay, I guess, for the Nailed It runway. Which, by the way, I'm sorry that the Snatch Game episode was 7 minutes long. I was thinking about re-recording it, but yeah, it's too late now. We've moved on as a society. So I'll if I do like a final recap, I might mention it. But also like these 16 episodes, I think that these are enough for of a recap for right now. So let's talk about Arrietty. Um, the runway was okay. By the way, Lexi's gets, I guess, a cream. I mean, soft cream, sure. Her roast gets crunch. Arrietty's runway is soft cream. It's beautiful, but I don't, I, oh, I want, oh, okay. Let me just go ahead. So, Arrietty is what I like to call a mannequin girl. Mannequin girls, we've seen a couple of them. Miss Fame, Kimora Hall. Um, those are the only two that are really coming to mind. Um, they have amazing fashion sense, but no personality. They can wear beautiful garments, but they have no personality. Kimora Black is another one of them. And it's surprising when they do get chances to have personality. Arrietty. Okay, here we go. Okay. Arrietty sucks at Drag Race. She does not suck at drag because drag is about the look. It's about the you know the character of it all. She sucks at Drag Race because Drag Race is 85% comedy and 15% design and runway themes. And she can do the latter 15 very well. But the 85% of comedy and acting and Snatch Game and having a personality, having a winning personality, she lacks in all of it. And I know if any Arrietty like supporters come in my comments and start getting mad at me, I don't care. It's my opinion. Y'all have y'all's opinion. I'm sure Arrietty is a lovely person outside of Drag Race. But on Drag Race, she was nothing. She was a nothing character. She did not add anything to anything other than another body to fill a 14-person cast. And I know that sounds harsh, but let's look at the facts. Okay? First design challenge, she did well. Don't think there was somebody better. Second challenge, she she was in the low placement for because her personality didn't shine through. She was also critiqued on her nose during that point in time, saying, "Please, for the love of God, change your nose makeup." She did not. And the next week, during RDR Live, she was in the bottom and got eliminated, only to be brought back by the Badunkadunk tank. She was given a second chance, and instead of improving on her makeup, changing the nose contour so that way they could see it, she did not. She ended up winning the ball challenge, which is... Who did I think it should have gone to? I mean, Arrietty, I guess, but like, who else was Crystal? Crystal could have won it. And Crystal's another one of the Miss Fame, mannequin girls. But her personality was shining a little bit more than Arrietty's. Arrietty gets a win, but she also causes a problem for Lexi when she spray paints on her tarp. Even though the tarps apparently were on the wall where you had to spray paint, she just didn't do that. So then we get to the next one challenge, Snatch Game, where she places low again. She places safe in the Rusical, which I think is her crowning achievement. She actually does good there. But that's because she's in a trio, and they didn't want to judge the trio individually, so they just sent all three of them back there. And then she gets, of course, to the Betsy Johnson thing and does okay. She does great. Don't think that she deserved to really win, but she does fine. And now, this episode, she is struggling again at a comedy challenge. The way that I know that she sucks at comedy is because she said before, I think, Snatch Game, that it's another comedy challenge. Yeah, what do you expect? What do you expect? It's not all gonna be design. You can't just go off of that and continue forward in this competition, especially when you have legitimately no person. Your personality is bad. Honestly, Crystal should still be here, and she should have been packed up and gone home. Hormona should still be here, and she should have packed up and gone home. She, and unfortunately Lana, though I do think that Lana did great here, in the past, she should not have stayed during the ball challenge. I feel like Hormona had a lot more to prove. And yes, I know, Hormona is white and Lana is black, and that's going to be a whole issue, and Arrietty is Mexican. That's a whole other issue. And I'm not saying, this ought to be racist. I genuinely am not. But I'm looking at Arrietty and what she brought into the competition, and it is not as she's not a drag queen that was meant to be on Drag Race. She's a pretty fashion girl, but she does not have personality. And so for her to be mid, to be using other people's jokes, to be this condescending asshole, even in her mirror message, is just blatantly just you came out of the gate not being like this, and now you're trying to show personality. Where was the vindictive Arrietty all season? Where was that Arrietty? We didn't get to see that Arrietty. We didn't get to see you making fun of Acacia Forgot, even though y'all are best friends now, and that's old drama. And this is old drama too, so I'm not gonna say go attack Arrietty. I'm not doing that. But you named yourself after a character in a Miyazaki film, or I think it was Miyazaki. It might not have been. I know that it was the same Studio Ghibli, Secret World of Arrietty. I watched that on Disney Channel, albeit not the original Japan version. Obviously, it was the one with Bridget Midler and the guy who played Justin Russo. But she had a lot of personality. You had goose egg, zero. So go home. That's what I would have said, and I would have said it to her straight up. Go home. You don't need to be here anymore. You've outstayed your welcome. She'd outstayed her welcome by RDR Live. She just had. I genuinely think that if she hadn't chosen the first lever, that we wouldn't have this conversation. But I genuinely think that Arrietty, if she comes back for an All-Star season, needs to, and I'm sorry I burped, excuse me, needs to have a big personality shift. The win here goes to Lydia. And I kind of disagree. I think it should have gone to Lana, though I do agree that Lydia did well as well. Both of them could have gotten the win, and I would have been A-okay with it. But if we're just giving out one win, I would have given it to Lana, just personally. And in the bottom two is Jules and Arrietty, and they lip sync to Ya Ya by Beyonce. Now, I had never, well, okay, I had heard of this song because I did listen to Cowboy Carter one time. And I will be completely honest, okay? I look like Adele. The Adele on live stream. Be completely honest, I'm not really that big of a Beehive, of a supporter in the Beehive. Marcy, I know you're a Beyonce fan, even though you were born after Cowboy Carter came out. But like, Beyonce has so many good songs. I kind of stopped listening after Lemonade, I'll be completely honest with you. Then when I heard that Jolene was coming out on this Cowboy Carter thing, there was this country album, I listened to it. I've also listened to Break My Soul, obviously, because I had to. Gay rights were, reestablished. And then Lady Gaga kind of dug a new hole for us to plant another gay tree in with Abracadabra. The Lorax is doing wonders with Lady Gaga and Abracadabra right now. But Mama, are we just gonna get a bunch of Cowboy Carter lip syncs now? Please God, no. I don't listen to Beyonce that much. Please, I like Beyonce. I like Beyonce. But like, stop doing America Top 40 hits. Oh my God. There's this creator that I don't think I follow on Instagram because Instagram is trash and it won't allow me to follow him. But he mentioned, because he reviews this show too, The Main Event by Barbara Streisand. Amazing song. I had heard of it, of course, because I am a... Okay. Barbara Streisand fan. Marcy, what we doing? Are we reheating Dolly's nachos? Not Dolly Parton. Dolly, Levi from Hello Dolly. Barbara Streisand. But like, he mentioned a bunch of these older songs that they could do on Drag Race, and I'm like, yep, yep, yep. Oh, I've heard of that one, yep. Like, give me Ring My Bell, Anita Ward. Give me, if we're gonna go, like, villain, do villain. Do Look What You Made Me Do by Taylor Swift. I will accept that because even though that was American Top 40, it was made in 2015. Almost 10 years ago. Almost 10 years ago since Reputation came out. I think that's what it was called. I'm not a Swiftie either. I don't... She started re-releasing her music, and as a good person, I re-downloaded all of her songs, Taylor's version, because I was like, she was stick to the man. And then she also had that Evermore theme park beef. Hey, would you not? Could you not? Could you not? Could you not? Please? Yaya was an okay lip sync. Not really the best, not really the worst. It was Detox's verse. Not saying that it's the best, but it ain't the worst. It's a weird song to lip sync to, though. I don't understand why. Because it's just yeah. Like, if we're going to Beyonce, can we do Irreplaceable, Love on Top, or Listen? Imagine. Listen. Imagine. Remember when Chi Chi DeVane reinvented ballads with And I'm Telling You I'm Not Going? I know it wasn't her. Listen was from Dreamgirls, the movie soundtrack. Put that shit in there. Make it happen. We don't need, because Beyonce is popular, we don't need to do Beyonce Cowboy Carter. We can do Irreplaceable. We can do Love on Top. We can do maybe Formation. Maybe we could do Can You Pay My Bills? Can you pay my telephone bill? Can you pay my automobile bill? We can do that and not feel bad about it. But no, we're doing Cowboy Carter because it's the next best thing. I swear to you, they're going to walk out here and go, think about me every night. Oh, when that's sweet, I guess so. And I'm going to be like, kill me. And next week is Sam Smith. He's, they're going to show up. Sorry. And it's going to be, Mommy don't know that he can... Pray for me. Pray for me, please. Pray for this. This is gross. I'm so glad that this is blocking it. Anyway, so who we think... Arrietty goes home, by the way. Fuck her. I don't care. She leaves a really bad mirror message about Anya brushing her teeth. Girl, go get yourself a personality. Go brush yourself on a personality and then come back. You're horrid. And I'm sure that you're a very lovely person now, but you're horrid. And not a very nice person. So my top four, Susie Toot, Anya Nerve, Lexi Love, and Sam Star. I think that Jules is good, but a little bit, but maybe top five. Lana, I'm sorry. Lydia, I'm sorry. Lydia and Lana are both probably going to go in the next couple episodes. And it'll be Susie or Jules. I think that Sam is like her mom. Anya is going to be the sort of Shea Coulee of the season. You know, bottom two, probably during the makeover challenge. And, you know, Lexi's going to be like the Sasha Velour. Has okay runways, and it gets in her head a lot, but is fine. And then we got Jules Sparkles, who's just happy to be... Hey, do you not see... Do you not see me? Go away. And she's kind of like Peppermint. You know, Susie's Alexis Michelle. Because Broadway... What does that make? I guess that makes Lana and Nina. No. Well... No. Nobody's even Nina Brown. Hey. I better go. I better get Marcy off of my bed before she decides to wreak havoc. All right, I'll see you guys next week. Leave down in the comments, and also don't send any hate to Arrietty. She doesn't need it. You know, she'll probably get like a bunch of death threats, and then it's gonna be bad because people are assholes and do that. So don't be one of those. I know I'm not going to be. Send positivity. Send love. I'm sure that Arrietty definitely needs it right now. All right, I gotta go. Bye, y'all.